Y'all, Wizard101 is facing what might be the biggest crown scandal in its entire history. Buckle up, y'all. There are screenshots. There's a lot to talk about. So if y'all don't know, right, a couple of days ago, there was an infinite crowns glitch that was accidentally given out to a content creator. They gave it to one viewer. I think the viewer spread it to other people because they realized that it could be redeemed multiple times. And this code was for 2,500 crowns. Some people redeemed it many times more than the one time it was intended. And KingsIsle put out this statement saying that if you redeemed it once, you're good to go. Don't worry, honest mistake, obviously. And if you redeemed it multiple times, as long as it didn't seem like you were abusing it, they would find a way to refund those crowns. There wouldn't be real sanctions for people unless they knowingly abuse the code, meaning they redeemed it hundreds of times and then bought a bunch of stuff with it. Obviously stuff that they know better than to do. Now, what happens if it wasn't a 2,500 crowns code? And that's what we have here. I think during their investigation into the 2,500 crowns code, they found someone that had a 60,000 crowns code and they were infinitely redeeming it over and over again. Another content creator. But y'all, this gets insidious. The amount of times they redeemed it made their crowns go up to 11 million ass crowns. By their own admission, 11 million crowns. That is about $15,000 of real life money. Now, there was a goddamn hellstorm on Twitter because people were really mad about this, rightfully so. This dude, who's, by the way, a WizTuber, like a content creator, by the way, someone who literally has a relationship with KingsIsle, they got banned because they were trading for in-game items using those crowns that they never should have had to begin with. Here's why this whole situation is absolutely crazy. Let's say that he redeemed that code a bunch of times and got up to like 10 million crowns, right? He goes up to Joanna over here and gives her an energy elixir. In return, Joanna gives him 100 empowers, maybe. He then goes over to Lael, gives him a Perot's potion, maybe gives him a few packs and gets another couple hundred empowers. He goes over to Simone, gives her, I don't know, a mega snack pack, and then she gives him, I don't know, maybe a gift card or something, maybe like a $2 gift card. This situation got so bad that in just an expanse of 10 days in May, there was actually a sell list that got published of this person's activities in a Discord server that's based on trading. This content creator using crowns that they fully and well knew that they shouldn't have had, they received from 54 unique customers, 81,000 empowers, 35,000 Azoth, and over $300 worth of gift cards. Meaning they had a bunch of crowns, they gifted for stuff that they literally didn't have to pay for, right? And then they got all of that back. I think the part that pisses me off the most is this person's specific attitude towards all of this. And I think that's why I wanted to make this video, because if you're gonna be an insufferable asshat, maybe don't be so public about it. Just a thought. In these screenshots, you see that they show literally no remorse for not only stealing thousands of dollars from a company, but also, you know, implicating, you know, dozens and dozens of people in fraudulent ass behavior. You know, regrets nothing to regret there. The plot thickens because by their own self-admission, they've actually tested codes to the point where they now have multiple infinite codes. So apparently they asked KingsIsle, I guess, for a code or something to give to a viewer, and they found that was infinite, told nobody, and just used it for their own benefit multiple times with multiple codes. I think my favorite comment from this person, actually, which I find crazy, is, do they know that it's me? As if them knowing that it's a content creator behind, you know, the thousands of dollars of fraud is gonna make any much of a difference for the ban. Like, are you joking? Are you serious? I'm gonna say this right now, as a content creator, not once do I expect special privilege from breaking TOS. I would never ask for that, nor would I consider that fair. And this goes miles beyond breaking TOS. This isn't like simply just like, you know, some like weird behavior that's like a gray area. This is literally, you've stolen thousands of dollars of goods essentially from a company, knowing that you had a code that was supposed to be redeemed once. Everybody knows this. To hide it from the people that you got the code from for this long, for multiple weeks apparently, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Obviously, this person should stay banned as they are now. And the real question should be on the victims. Now, all the people who got stuff, like, as in, like, they gave him powers and got stuff, right? Are they gonna get sanctioned? But yet again, I think KingsIsle has, I don't know, probably at a loss. They're cracking down on goods that they probably can, you know, refund from, you know, those crowns specifically. As in, let's say that this person had like 1 million crowns and gifted, like, I don't know, a membership elixir. This is probably one of the things that they did a lot. What they could do is this 1 month prepaid time that's sitting in their gifts, right? They could just take this out before it's redeemed. So the person that, you know, basically, was gifted this, they're not sanctioned. That's the idea behind their policy, I think. And there seems to be evidence from one user that this has already started happening. They've already started removing stuff that was gifted with these fraudulent crowns. However, if these things were already used, that's where things get very complicated. What I'm hoping is that for enough people, the situations that they got gifted 1 or 2 items, and honestly, it shouldn't be that big of a deal for a case-by-case basis. What I really, really hope happens is, the content creator in question gets fully and permanently banned, and the innocent people that were implicated in this don't. And I hope that that is the outcome. I think the vast majority of people in these trading servers, they're just doing what they would honestly do in a scenario where they have access to a bunch of people where they can trade stuff with. And honestly, the market where you trade stuff with, it brings a lot of legitimacy to this game. So I hope that there aren't repercussions for people that use Discord to trade stuff, because yes, it's a little bit outside of the game, but it's still the trading of stuff that's not inherently wrong, and it's fairly innocent. So I hope the only thing that does come out of this, for the most part, is the person abusing and exploiting, they just get the repercussions. What I want to make abundantly clear, though, with this video is that just because somebody is a content creator does not mean that they somehow are above the rules. And I think that abuse of power on a scale like this is crazy, because when you're a content creator and you're somewhat well known, you have a reputation to hold at that point. And I can guarantee to you, a lot of the people that did these trades in these servers with these crowns that they did not know were fake, a lot of them were probably doing it because they saw a YouTuber or a content creator that they probably trusted. I know people look to content as a source of comfort on this game, and I know that probably a lot of people in this person's community, they probably enjoy this person's content. But at the end of the day, if KingsIsle just literally lets this slide because of his role as a content creator, you create a situation where it's not just that streamers and content creators and others are held to a different standard, they're held to an unrealistic standard, meaning they could get away with anything. This should 100% always result in a ban. Frankly, a ban should be, in my opinion, this person's smallest worry, because playing the game is one thing. Literally making this big of a situation fraudulently with 11 million crowns and thousands of dollars in loss in company profit, we're talking legality at that point. We're talking in legal terms that I feel like they shouldn't be so nonchalant about. I feel like when you make a mistake this big, maybe shut your yap and think about why you might want to go a different way next time. That's my honest feedback, bro. If you're gonna have an ego, at least have a reputation to back it up. Don't just, cheat and have an ego. That's a weird one. That's a weird combo. And as always, y'all, be careful. If you do encounter a crowns code that's infinite, maybe think about why that is. Maybe it's not intended. Obviously, this is KingsIsle's fault for making an infinite code to begin with. I don't blame them at all for the fallout of this, though. It's not their fault someone decided to abuse it to the millions of crowns. Like, that is crazy, and I think that should be understood. I think mistakes are gonna happen, but it's also up to people to responsibly use stuff that's given to them, especially when they're a content creator. Like, what I've seen here is actually crazy. As always, these videos are very opinionated, so let me know, what do you guys think of the whole situation, the amount of crowns, the fact that it's a content creator doing it, Wizard101's policy on stuff like this. Let me know everything. Obviously, every opinion is welcome. In fact, I look forward to it. I'll read all y'all's comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Leave a sub if you're new. And if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something. I'll see y'all soon. Stay awesome, y'all. And yeah.